Hello everyone and welcome back for another Miss Ink Stamps video. This is Cassie. Today we're going to be using the Punny Farm Goats stamp set, and I've paired it up with some other fun products, but I love these little goats. They're so cute and I love all the puns. We also have the Autumn Thanks stamp set, and then we have a couple of stencils. We've got Between the Lines and Lava Lamp, and then we're going to make a really cool background with these. So let me start with Between the Lines. I'm going to tack this down to some watercolor cardstock that I have cut down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, and I'm going to just take a blender brush and blend on some fossilized amber. We're just going to blend that right on through our background. Originally thought about spritzing through here, but I thought this would be just as effective, and I wanted those lines to be a little bit crisper, so I'll pull that back, clean up my mess, and then we're going to put this into a makeshift splatter box, and we'll stick our lava lamp stencil down. And now I'm going to spritz some spiced marmalade through that. I'll pull that away, and I love the combo of the two of those. I don't want to stop there, so I'm going to bring in some scattered straw distress spray stain, spritz it with a little bit of water, stick that down in our background, see how that kind of manipulates what we already have there. I'll dry that with my heat tool, and then I'm going to pounce this into that a couple more times just to give it a little bit more splatter, spritz, whatever you want to call it. Pop a little bit more on there, heat set that, and then I'm even going to just kind of take some from the lid and splatter that all over the background. And now I'll take some brushed corduroy and I will blend that all around those edges to give it a little bit of a distressed look. And I think that'll finally finish off our background. I had so much fun making this. It is so fun to mix and match stencils and see what you can come up with. Imagine the color combos you could do. Now we're going to stamp out our images. I've got those into my Misty, and I'm stamping that onto some Express It cardstock with some Memento Tuxedo black ink because we're going to do some Copic coloring. I'll start with my first color, which is some E59, and just color that onto the word thanks. I'm going to bring in a little bit darker color. That's going to be our E29, and then I'm just going to put a couple, kind of blend it up, feather it up a little bit. I do make a little bit of a mistake there, so I'll bring in my colorless blender and push that color back up. And we'll set this one off to the side to move on to our goats. I did end up stamping another little goat. They're so cute. And I'm starting with some E93 for their little faces and ears. And I'm going to color them basically the same. We're going to do spots. I don't know, something about a spotted goat just makes me kind of giddy. So we will start with our lightest color first, which is some E53. And I'm obviously just makeshifting some spots on there. However, I think these might look cute. I'll bring in my next darker color, which is the E33. Blend that into there. And then I'm going to bring in that E53 again and blend that out just a little, just to soften that edge. And then I find that the spots themselves are a little dark, so I do want to bring in even one more color, which is some YR30, and I'll blend the edges of our spots even a little bit more. You can hardly see that YR30, but it is definitely there. And I'll do that for both of them. So then I'm going to fussy cut out both of our little goats. So we'll be ready to attach those to our card. And once I'm done fussy cutting those out, I'm going to cut down the word thanks just a little bit more, and that'll be ready to attach to the front of our card panel. And I'm going to do that with a little bit of liquid glue. You could use some foam tape, that would be kind of fun, but we're going to keep this fairly low profile because I have other plans to add a little dimension. So we'll attach down our goat also. We're only going to attach this one on the outside. The other one's going on the inside. So I'll get my card base ready. And that card base measures 5 1/2 inches by 8 1/2 inches, and I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. And that'll be our card base. So then we can stick our other cute little goat on the inside on that lower left-hand side. That'll give plenty of room to write to our recipient. You could even go crazy and do a whole scene in there if you wanted to, but I'm going to just stick with the one. And we'll attach down our card panel to our card base. That's going to take up the whole front of that card base, because I want that background to be the star of the show well, beside our little goat. And I decided I wanted to make my own embellishments. So I'm going to bring in some glossy accents and make some little dots with that. You'll notice I have some Dazzle dust up there. That is in the color Autumn Leaves. It's gorgeous. All the Dazzle dust is gorgeous. So this is, oh, it's so pretty. It's those autumn colors, and they just shift in the light depending on how you look at them, which is one of the things I love about these glitters. So I'll just cover our glossy accents with that. And then I'm going to bring in a dry brush and just very carefully wipe away some of that excess glitter. I can take care of the rest of it once our glossy accent's completely dry. You'll definitely want to let this sit for a little bit to let that dry on its own. But it's neat. This way you can make your own, your own embellishments just using some Dazzle dust and a little bit of glossy accents. But check that out. That's going to be our finished card for today. I do love how this turned out. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thanks and have a great day.